Chris. His is Tough Farmer. This is episode 4 of Mill of Lonoke. If you haven't got your popcorn or your soda or your pack of Pringles, now's the time to do so, because this shit's going to get crazy. So guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris Larkin. His is Tough Farmer. This is episode 4 of Lonoke. And yes, before you see anything, we have something to tell you about why my farm looks different than where we left off, and why I have a potato contract going instead of the baling contract going that we had on episode 3. Reason is we came on here last night to do a stream, and for some reason Tubb Farmer's vehicles was no longer his own, and we figured out that the update that we got for the PlayStation had done something to our multiplayer game. It corrupted it, so we had to ban our stream last night that we were going to stream for use, getting the farm back the way it was. So we have the same vehicles, the same implements, the same sheds and everything else. The only difference that you're going to see on my farm is instead of building my farm on field 22 where I had it, where, let's be honest, it wasn't a great farm, it wouldn't have been a great one to actually work with, especially when I start getting animals and stuff. So I had 110,000 from the last stream, and what I done was I bought field 5, and that's where my farm is now. So with that being said, Tubbs, how are we doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, so what's your opinion on what happened last night and stuff like that?
It is what it is. We had the update. It's happened before, so we'll press on. I'm still in the same area. I still have 8 and 16, and so I'll be taking on some contracts to make a little extra money.
Yeah, so like I said, guys, I still have all the same implements and stuff. It's just that I wasn't going to be happy where I had set up my farm, so I took the opportunity when we got that glitch and that little thing just to jump onto field 5, which was a little bit flatter than most land in it, and that's where I'm going to build my farm. I also have enough areas for when I put down my cow pen and my sheep pen, whatever I'm going to do, so I don't need to buy another field and lose a bit of acreage. But I'm saying that I still have my fields 20, 21 and 22. I still have that. Now, speaking of the contract, where we left off in episode 3, if you all remember. Hello Becky, welcome to the channel. If you remember where I left off, I was doing a baling contract on field 13. Unfortunately, that one didn't come up last night when we were ready to set up our farms. So in the meantime, I took out a contract on field 32, which is
I'll be right back.
potatoes. So that is what I did. Hello Howie, welcome to the channel, brother. How are we doing, mate? Yeah, so that is the reason why, guys, the update that we got on PlayStation yesterday corrupted our save game. Even though our both farms were still in the same spot and stuff like that, what wasn't in the same spot was actually all Tubb Farmer's vehicles were actually on my farm. He couldn't get into his, I was able to get into him. But yeah, he was still granted as farm manager and stuff like that, and he still wasn't able to get into it. And I even granted him a contractor to see if he could jump into the vehicles, and he couldn't. So it actually corrupted the game completely. So we had to come out with. So what we done was we got rid of that whole thing, downloaded Lonoke again, set it up again, and we're just going to continue as if we were just continue from episode 3. So we have the same vehicles and everything else, nothing else has changed. The only difference that changed is, like I said, is I used a different area for my farm instead of field 22. That's the only thing that's different. Just hunky dory, thanks for asking. No worries, man, no worries. Yeah, so something I didn't want to do,
Alright,
like I said.
I'm back. Hey, Sanders Farms. This is the farmyard I've got right here, Sanders Farms.
So, like I said, guys,
Cleared out this area, and then just got the 2 seed huts. And that's it.
It's up by my farm. Yeah, up by the just had this right over this. Yeah, so like I said, guys, nothing has changed. Tubb Farmer's farm is still the same where he was. He did the same thing as he already done. He cut down the trees and all the other day. I didn't really want to have to wait because we would have been still getting our farms ready if I had to cut down trees like I had. So I just went along and just bought a different area. I made the same farm, just in a different area. And I'm still doing the same crashing, just in a different area. What's that little tractor going by?
Going to do a fertilizing contract. Which I think is up here, yeah.
So I'm not going to do your taters for you. I don't even want to do these ones.
Are you going to make it because soon? What does that mean?
What?
Sanders Farm said, are you going to make it because soon? And I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah, no, Howie goes, so you're not going to do my taters for me. I went, well, I can't even do these ones. Because Howie is doing the same crop on his single player game on One Oak.
Oh, really?
The same contract. Right, so, next one in.
Oh, yeah. Eventually I'll make it bigger, hopefully.
But in saying that, Howie, I had wished Field 13 to come back up before I'd done that. And Tubbs was still in the middle of him doing his cutting down trees last night while there yesterday. So when he was doing that, I already had my farm made, so I decided to take out this contract. I was hoping to get a good bit of it done before Tubbs was finished. And unfortunately Tubbs finished way before I was ready, so I said, look, I'll finish it off. But don't worry, I like I said, guys, on my end, I still have my fertilizing to do on my 3 fields. I still have the grass to cut on my field.
He's from Ireland, Sanders Farms.
So what I am going to do is this. I will let the workers.
Oh, you tried to get him to do it. Hey, Howie, you tried to get him to do it too. Tried to get Chris to do it for me the other day. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so what I will do is I will let the workers, the hired help, do the contract, and I will just go and do my own fields in a little bit, so we'll have something different to do rather than me watching doing potatoes the whole time. So I will do a bit of fertilizing on my field, and then I will cut the grass on my own field.
We'll see where you stuck your barn and shed and stuff.
Yeah. What, you drove into my yard?
I'm on 4 fertilizing it.
Alright.
Is that the end of the piece of the land that you bought, or is that the open one?
Well, which one? No, that's field number 5.
Oh, so you bought field 5 and turned it into
a
lot? Okay. Yeah, eventually that's what I'll have to do, because that where I've got it built in the middle of those trees is kind of that open land that I can't own.
Well, the thing is, if you want, you can, because like I said, I will be using my field number 5 where my farm is to place my cow pens and stuff, so I won't need to buy another field or anything. So I don't mind if you want to use it to
On the
make your
edges
farm,
and everything, though, because if you
you know.
do that, it takes the whole thing, you know.
Yeah, but I won't be using like what yeah the um, the field, the small field at the back of my farm. Yeah, I'll use that for overflow vehicles, even though you will own it because you'll own the outskirts. But I still use
Hmm.
it for my overflow. So
All right, I'm not
regardless,
gonna argue. I'll buy it.
so
Helps me out. Then I ain't got to move my stuff.
yeah.
Oh Lord.
And Howie, now that you're on, maybe you can explain to me. Are you having problems with your worker on field 32? Um, I had the other night, and I'm having problems again. For
Be right
some
back.
reason, I don't want to do the edge right here where the road is, the laneway. So what I'll do then is I will take over this guy for a second, and I will do the parts that he's not doing for some reason. Dylan, welcome. How are we doing? Been a while. Yeah, for some reason, the worker doesn't want to do that in this area. Um, Even last night, I was having problems with him. He just didn't want to do it. You had the same issue? Yeah, you had to babysit him. Yeah, for some reason, it's just here. Like what the whole way up the field. It's the whole front headland. That's just crazy. Or maybe he just doesn't want to do taters as well. No, don't make me do potatoes. Yeah, so what I'll do is, guys, I will do the headlands right here, so I won't have to worry about him, and I will let him do the contract, and I will do the carton, and then at the same time, then I will get onto my fields, not do a bit of fertilizer for you, cut the grass and do a bit of silage bales or hay bales or whatever. Because we're going to be doing what we said we're going to do, we're not going to be doing the by all mod, so everything's going to be manual. So I might even do my bales and keep them. Yeah, he doesn't like the road at all. I don't know what it is. I was even going to terraform the road just to see if it was the road in general or if there's something else here. So guys, anyone who's watching, have you got your DLC uh, pre-ordered? I pre-ordered mine yesterday, I think it was. Uh, 'cause, 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 ' Howie, I didn't have this issue on 17 either. To be honest with you, I don't think anybody had. Like it's a shame. But FS19, it's riddled with issues, of one sort or another. And what's happening is when giants come in to do updates and fix issues, other issues get broken. Like I said, for some reason, when we came on yesterday, Tubb Farmer couldn't get into any of his vehicles, and whatever happened, all his vehicles that he had, even though they're on his farm, were actually mine.
Hey Dakota, how are you today?
He couldn't get into his, so we tried everything. We deleted him as farm manager, put him back as farm manager. We put him as a contractor, and he still couldn't get into his vehicles, even though his farm was where he left it. So whatever Giants did with the update to get ready for the Platinum Pack, they did other issues to save game. So, unfortunately, that's what we had to do. We had to reset everything else, but yeah, no, you're right. In 17, there was no issues whatsoever on this map, and here we are. We're getting them now. Yeah, it's just this area.
Oh, that's cool, reason, Dakota.
How he goes, he has a season pass, so you're set for the DLC. Fantastic. Yeah, I got mine yesterday. I pre-ordered it.
Yeah, I did the same.
Now, I will say this though, like myself and Tubbs have talked about this anyway off chat and everything else. I wasn't pushed on doing the pre-order, to be honest with you. Like, I would have been happy enough just getting a DLC the way it is without the extra 2 vehicles. And then the more I was thinking, I was like, sure, like it's still going to cost €20 either way, whether you get the pre-order version or the DLC version. Just it's still going to cost you the same price.
We're not really sure, Dakota. Season's in testing right now for console. Chris read somewhere that possibly a month. So, but it just really depends on how long it has to stay in testing or how many glitches it may have. So, but it's in testing right now.
Yeah, it's in testing. And Chris O2 from Giants, he's the Giants administrator, and he posts on Giants forum. So guys, if you want to keep up on the daily news with Giants, go over to Giants forum. They're always posting up and always updating, especially since I hired this Chris in. He's very good. He's up there. I think it's once every 2 or 3 times a week. He's updating his
seemed like it.
His updates. So go over and check them out. But yeah, he posted there last week that it isn't testing, but because what happens is they have to the modders have to send it into Giants for testing, and then Giants have to send it to Sony for their testing to make sure there's no scripts and stuff like that are going to violate their rules and regulations and their licensing agreements and stuff. Then it's going to be sent back to Giants. Giants will do a final test on it, and then if Giants are happy with it, it'll go to mod up. If not, it'll go back to the modders for whatever.
Oh, I'm on the other side of this whole farm.
So, so Chris thinks it's going to be at least another 2 to 4 weeks before we're going to get it in the game. Now, that don't say it's going to come sooner. That's what he just thinks. So. But speaking of seasons, I was talking to Tubbs about this last night. There's geos being made for PC every single day, and they're getting another 3. They got another 3 the other day. Two is from Scandinavia. One is just Scandinavia DLC, and then one is Scandinavian Mountain DLC or Mountain DLC or something like that. Whereas Snowy Lands is actually in console testing for console.
Yeah, I saw that.
But there is another geo, and unless you're from Ireland, you're not going to know what I'm on about. So I'll explain. I know Becky, who's in the chat, she's here, so she'll understand straight away. So I want to tell her that. But there's a geo coming out, okay, and it's in testing for PC at the moment, and it's called the Cork geo, right? Cork is a city that's in Ireland. So for whatever reason, the modder, instead of saying it's going to be an Irish geo, he's saying it's going to be Cork weather geo. If that is the case, there's going to be no sunshine. It's going to be raining 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for 12 months of the year.
Maybe he's wanting it to be a cattle farm.
I don't know, but that's all it's going to be. It's going to be rainy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I just found it weird that he called it Cork rather than Ireland.
Well, have you checked to see if in Scandinavia there is a Cork there?
No, it's Irish. Like I said, I was checking yesterday, and I didn't come anywhere else with a Cork in it. Now, unless now there is place out there with Cork in it, and I just don't know. But
I was just thinking, because it's Scandinavian, right? The map? Or just the geo itself?
Just the geo.
That just says Cork.
Yeah. It's Geo Cork. Like there's 3 in testing for PC. 2 is from Scandinavia. One is Scandinavian, and then one is mountainy Scandinavian. So I presume it's up in the mountains.
I'm just wondering if it's following those maps. If it, like maybe somewhere in Scandinavia there's a Cork or something. I don't know. Just thinking.
Not that I know of. So anyone's watching, if you want to Google that shit and let me know if there's another Cork in Scandinavia. Or if you're from Scandinavia, let me know.
I lived there a long time ago. I couldn't tell you. I'm just kidding. I never lived there. Been in Texas all my life.
Yeah, so that's the news on seasons. Hopefully it'll pass. You know?
It's not going to pass the first time. I can tell you that right now. They're going to have to get some glitches worked out of it. I guarantee you. My biggest deal is I don't want a watered down version. I don't want it to.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to lose what realism put into it that PC has that makes to me a season so appealing. So that's just my thought process.
Well, especially this version of seasons. You know?
Exactly.
With droughts and everything else in it. So.
Right. You know, that's kind of my thing. So.
Also, guys, in testing, I don't know if anyone's keeping up with the current affairs, but there is a map that a lot of FS players want, and it's Greenwich Valley by Greenbale. At the moment, it's only on PC, but it is coming to console. Greenbale himself is after saying that it's ready for console. He has to send it into joints for testing, but before he does that, he has to go in and he's taking away all unlicensed brands from the game, such as Goodyear tires, Dunlop tires, whatever else they have on PC and stuff. So because like I said, what happens with the joint console testing is when joint send in a a mod or a DLC, they're grand because they know all the rules and regulations. So they don't send to Sony for testing. But every other modder that does a mod, they have to send the joints first, who does a test. They send it on to Sony then, who also tests to make sure that there's no script issues and unlicensed breaches contracts and stuff. So yeah, so hopefully Greenwich Valley will come out. I'm hoping it will come out shortly after the DLC, because I was saying that to Tubbs last night, and I don't know how Tubbs feel about it, but what I'm going to do is I won't use the DLC on any of these maps. I want to use the DLC on a brand new map that I haven't played yet. So hopefully Greenwich Valley will come out just around the same time. So guys, with 6 days to go, Tubbs, what's your opinion on a DLC? Good, bad, indifferent? Tubbs, have we lost you? I think we lost Tubbs, guys. No, we lost Tubbs. Someone find him, quick.
What did you do?
Oh, he's back. We found him. It's okay.
You fell down and what?
Who are you talking to?
No,
Chris.
Hi, Leprechaun.
I was asking you a question, but you were gone missing.
Jennifer said, "Hello, Leprechaun."
You went missing in action. Hey, Jen, how's it going?
She just got home and she was telling me what was going on, why she was so late and stuff.
Cuss those kids out today.
She got detention.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah,
You can edit.
Alright, so I got one.
No, so I was asking you there, with 6 days to go to the DLC, what's your opinion on it? You looking forward to it?
Yeah.
No difference?
No, I'm looking to it. I mean, you know, it's like I've told you before. I like the diversity, and it's just adding more equipment and tractors and things that can add the diversity to it. So I like that. You know, if you want to drive a Fent, drive a Fent. You want to drive a Case, drive a Case. You want to drive a Massey, drive a Massey or a John Deere. And now you got Kloss, and so, you know, and I kind of go back and forth between different vehicles and stuff like that, so it doesn't bother me any. So that's kind of my thought process on it.
But I am happy. I will say this, I don't know if you heard anything about it. I think I was talking about it last night. Maybe a few lads in the chat might have heard something similar. If you are, pop in the chat, let me know, guys, if you heard anything about it. Come to console testing so far by 4D Modern, I think it is. He is doing a Massey Ferguson 3000
my gosh.
pack.
I totally forgot about that. Crap.
So hopefully that'll pass.
No wonder.
But there's also, and I'm looking forward to it, there is a 7840 and 6510, I think it is, in console. Proper Ford tractors. Cannot wait. Not New Holland strips, proper ones. So I am so looking forward to those if they come.
Yeah. So that forgot to do.
And what did you forget to do?
When we were resetting up everything, I forgot to take those stinking whatchamacallits off. So
Thinking whatchamacallits? What are you on about? What?
Here you go. Happy birthday, and you're welcome.
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
What's
check.
that for?
I forgot to take my government subsidy off. So, I'll split it with you. Hey, your grandpa left you $100,000. Go spend it wisely.
You know, I would never know. Like, you could have kept that because it's not like I was checking your
No. No.
And yes, guys, because I know someone in the chat is going to cop onto what just happened here, right? So, I'm going to jump in there first. Yes, myself and Tubbs do not cheat in money, as you know, like during our Let's Play games, okay? We don't. Last night, because we had to get the farm set up the same way as we had the farm set up to continue this Let's Play and not go back from the start again, episode 1, we stuck in the government subsidy in case we needed it, and it turned out I needed one government subsidy to buy my tractor, and I think Tubbs needed one to get one or two things.
Mm-hmm. Well, I had to buy my tractor. Well, I couldn't buy my equipment without it.
Yeah, right. So just to let you know, especially on my end, okay. So Tubbs can do the same to prove on his end if he wants, right? We're saving. I'm going over to where our cash flow is. As you can see, I also have my 500,000 loan brought out, so we also done that as well. So
Yeah.
everything was carried over, but we had to use that government subsidy to get in that money to actually get the vehicles that we had. That's the only reason why we actually done that. So it's actually off now again. But for some reason, Tubbs still had his on.
Well, because I was having trouble with those trees, remember, and I forgot about it.
And this guy is still having issues right here. Like, what is it with this?
Because with this patch, now that's another thing. With this patch, I'm having a harder time I had a harder time in this map with the trees. Even with I was using the T-Rex. And I did not have that kind of trouble the first time I did that. So something is amiss.
Also, guys, another thing that you should be aware of with this update that came out yesterday, okay? Vehicle slot counts have also been changed, okay?
Cork is in the province of Munster, Ireland?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Howie said.
Yeah. So, I don't know why this GeoModder decided to go with a Cork winner, but okay.
Yeah, but
Oh, it's rainy season like this.
Yeah, but do you think it'll be 100% like Cork? Because
well, I hope not, because it's rain.
There's a map. There's a map out that's supposed to be just like Ireland, and it's not. So I'm just saying.
This is Ireland. Oh, I am so disappointed about that. But I will say this, for everybody who likes Irish maps, okay? Oxygen David is now in the process of making an Irish map for console.
What's it called? Cork?
Yeah.
Just asking.
It's probably called Blue Balls.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah. Or Fanny.
Horsetown.
Horsetown, yes, exactly.
In case anyone wants to know what we're talking about, these are Irish names and proper names of Irish towns in Ireland, guys. Okay, so I am not shitting you. Okay,
that ought to be another town too.
Right, you can Google it if you don't believe me.
It was funny. I laughed my butt off over that when you sent me that. Jennifer had a hard time understanding it because the lady's laughing so hard when she's trying to tell you the name of those cities. Of course, I told Jennifer the meaning behind Fanny. And she goes, "Oh." I guess
Let's keep it clean. Let's keep it clean. We have kids in the stream.
for all the small Irish kids watching, I'm sorry.
You mean like
It-
how we used to learn
This
kid.
was for educational purposes because I'm from the States and I had no idea.
And of course, I'm Irish, so I can take it.
Howie goes, "Okay, let's not go there."
Yeah.
Yeah,
please
no,
don't.
we can't go there, Howie. This is rated PG. I mean, I think we would have to do a not rated stream for that. It goes beyond rated R, maybe double
Oh,
X.
trust me. If we go into that, we'll get YouTube strikes and community strikes.
Exactly. Do what, Jennifer?
I said, I don't know how I can move something I literally had my hands on.
What was it?
The little, my little tab divider thing. I
Um,
literally had my hands on it.
there's a tab thing right there.
The one
Okay.
I'm looking for is plastic.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
I mean, I have them in my hand.
Mm.
Is that why Jennifer stayed back late and she got detention because she was teaching kids the Irish names?
No, so she's taken over. They just promoted her and moved her up to second grade. And
I know she got a survival kit.
yeah, so she went from SPED over to second grade because this one teacher didn't like it and she quit, and so Jennifer decided she would accept. Well, the problem is that they she's having to pick up where this other person left off, and so the class is behind, and Jennifer's trying to figure out how they do the grading, and there was a lot of grades not entered and done yet that have to be done by Friday, and so she's like on a crunch time and behind, and that kind of discombobulates her because she's kind of systematic and organized and stuff, so it's just making her upset.
Mm-hmm. That's why she was given a survival kit.
Yeah, I don't think that survival kit helped her today.
No.
So
No, but those hooligans.
mm,
I'm sorry to all the kids out there. I know you're not hooligans. Much.
I'm gonna have to buy a harvester. I've got so much equipment I don't have. All I got is the seeder and the plow and the fertilizing rig and the tractors. I feel like I've left so much out.
Okay, the one good thing about this contract that I'm looking forward to, right, apart from the 45,000 payout, is the bonus I'm going to get.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll have to be honest. I've been hitting up these fertilizing contracts, and they're paying pretty stinking good. You know,
I will say this
13.
though. I know that we decided not to cheat in money and stuff, and I know that when Tubbs never took off his government subsidy. Shame on him. Yeah. But he is a government employee, so it's alright.
Yeah, Howie. Yeah, it's not good for sure.
So what I will do is, because everybody knows I've only got one tractor, I will put that to good use. I will get another tractor out of it. So, I think I mentioned in the last stream, I might go with Dutzfar.
Oh, you're still gonna go with Dudes Far?
I might, but then again, I'm also okay. If I do it, I'm going to go down in power, which is okay first for a certain extent, especially when they're doing a run around on the farm and stuff like that when they need to get one. But what I was thinking of is it small tractors? No, medium tractors. Thinking of the New Holland TM series.
Oh, yeah.
I know I've only got to 155 horsepower, but that's what I was thinking of. So, but I won't do it just yet. What I'll do is I will leave it open in the chat for a few minutes. What tractor do you think I should go for?
I think you should get the Fiat small tractor.
The what?
Fiat small tractor.
TX?
No, the Fiat small tractor.
The Fiat?
Yeah.
Oh, hey Dakota, welcome. How are you doing? You're on about...
It's only like 100. Yeah, it's no the Fiat,
the Fiat, yeah, the Fiat 1300. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you need. Buy that one.
But that's 150 horsepower all the same. So.
Yeah, and get you some 3-meter implements. You'll be good.
The thing I don't like about that tractor is there's nothing you can use it for. Like, there's no front loader attachment. There's nothing.
You can buy you a skid steer later.
Sure, why not, sir?
It's just money. Don't be getting all disgruntled.
I'll tell you what, I will buy one when you buy one. How's that?
Hang on just a minute and I'll buy one real quick. As soon as I finish this field.
But I will say this, okay?
Let's hear it.
Yeah, it is a shit tractor, okay? Let's be honest. It's a shit, right? It's a shit tractor, okay?
You don't say. I think you're holding back some on me here.
Right. Like, it's... Like, a 3-wheel ladder or a skip on wheels would be a lot better. Even a shopping trolley would be a lot better at times. But
that's interesting, Howie. I didn't know that.
But I will say this about that little tractor, though. If you're if your animals are all on your same plot of land and it's not all over the map and they're all on the same farm, it is a great little tractor for the likes of when you're feeding animals and getting them water and stuff like that. Because you don't have to drive it anywhere. You're staying in the land. But if you got to drive all over the map, it's a pain in the backside.
I still think you're holding back a little bit, telling me how you feel.
Yeah, it's PG, remember?
Yeah, but I'm talking about PG from the States. Your PG from Ireland is totally different from the States.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Like, your PG is pretty good, ours is pretty gruesome.
You better let know Faith to get her. She's making her way for her rounds.
If you peed in this floor, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Man, the obscene language is coming out of that household over there. It's terrible.
Yeah, I tell you.
I mean, and us innocent people here on the stream listening to you.
It ain't me. That's my wife. Tilly, get up. Billy, no.
Yeah.
Get away from there. Where's Faith at? Tell her to come get Billy.
Come here, Tilly.
I will say this though. As bad as potatoes is, it's a nice change from what I had to do today.
I don't know. I thought you were doing pretty good with the cotton harvest. Get down, Billy.
wait till it's finished, so I'll have all the figures, and then I'll be posting on the community, and then we're going to see some shocks.
Okay. Let's do it. Oh my gosh. How many? 34 acres for that one? I'm taking that contract.
What's that?
30, it's 25,000 for fertilizing contract on 25.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, where's 25 at though? Why is it so high? Or did I read the number wrong? No, it's 50.
25.
50 it's 50.
25.
No, 50.
25 is by 24. In case you want to know. That's not so.
No, actually, it's 50. It's the big field. So I want to do it. I can use the 25,000 so I can buy my new fancy dancy combine.
I was getting shocking there for a second. I thought the worker was actually going to reverse the field. You know something, how it is? Watching potatoes harvesting potatoes is the very same as watching paint dry. It is. And I will be honest with you. If the payout on potatoes wasn't as good as they are, I don't think I would ever do potatoes.
Yeah, it's a good
It's just that payout.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone who doesn't know run about the contract payouts, not the fertilizing and the seeding and the ploughing and the cultivating and stuff like that, because all you get for them ones is the price that the farmer is going to give you. That's all. So if it's a 10,000 contract, that's all you get is a 10,000 contract. But the harvesting ones is different because you get the bonus. So instead of completing the contract, you empty the field, and whatever left over then is yours. So money for money and crop for crop, potatoes and sugar beets are the best for contracts, hands down. Yes, they take the longest. Yes, they're the most boring job to watch. Yes, they're so tedious and monotonous and everything else. It's everything negative that you want in the game is when you're watching potatoes or doing contracts or potatoes and such like that. But it's the payout. Oh, the payout. So basically, I'm going to use this one for instance. Right? This one is 45,000. This contract is. Okay. So I will get 45 grand regardless of what's going to happen. So if the contract finishes and I finish the contract, I will get 45 grand regardless. But if there's still crops in it, I will pick that up. And I don't know if Tubbs has seen it, but I kind of seen it, especially in rule of thumb. I've seen it quite a few times so far. Is your bonus is about 3 times of what you're offered as a contract.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
So if that is right, okay, I'm looking at 120 grand of a bonus on top of the 45 grand I'm going to get from the farmer. So with that kind of payout, yeah, potatoes, sugar beets all day long if I can. But like I said, they are so boring to watch. That is just painful. But it's the payout. It's the end product. It's that money that goes into your bank account. That's where all the difference is. How it goes, you'll have to agree with me there on the payout. Yeah, definitely.
After this contract, I should be good enough to buy my.
What field were we on? And we'd done a potato contract, and we were offered 100,000 for the contract itself, and we got something like 300,000 as a bonus.
Oh, that was when we were on.
Was that Pacific Northwest?
Yes, Pacific Northwest. I was trying to think because it wasn't a small map, but it wasn't like the larger maps. Pacific.
I think it was on field 33 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah,
something
it was something insane.
But yeah, it was 101,000 is what we were offered to do the contract, and we got something like 300,000 of a bonus. That was just crazy, man.
Well, we had to do
Okay.
it though. We were low
Actually,
on
no,
money.
it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was PGR. Because remember, it took myself and you 2 days to do it.
Oh, that's right. It was on field 10 or 12 or whatever it
Yeah.
was. Because
Yeah,
that was
because it took us 2 days.
it was just you and I that were on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my gosh, because each day we spent like 2.5 to 3 hours on it. Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah.
But it was worth the money though, because what do we have, a $3 million loan we had to pay back?
Yep.
Ugh.
$3 million. We paid it back in a couple of episodes.
No, it's a little longer. I think we played maybe about the 6th episode we were pretty much paid back. Because we kept buying equipment and stuff, but you were pretty aggressive about paying it back because we were paying
Hundreds. Not just
100 and something.
100,000 and everything else.
Yeah. And then the cotton harvest is what actually really got us out of debt.
Yeah.
Because that was on field like two or something like
Field
that.
1.
Or 1, yeah.
What was it? 17 bales of cotton.
Something other like that, yeah.
In fact, Howie, you'll be interested to hear this. I'm doing a Let's Play, right, on Welker Farms. It's a single player Let's Play. It's my own personal game. And I started out with a crazy idea in my head, which turned into even a crazier idea in my head. Right? So what I done is this. I went in and I cheated in 30 million and I bought every field on Welker Farms. Every field. Every bit of land I could buy, and I've made into one field. Okay? Myself and Tubbs, we were on a single player game when I was doing this. It took me 8.5 hours to convert all the fields into one field. It's insane. Right? So
Well, tell him how many hours you got it in now.
Right? So the whole Welker Farms is now one field, which is 967 acres. Right? That's how big this field is. It's the whole Welker Farms. What I done was, done all the fields, which 8.5 hours, cultivated it, fertilized it, seeded it, fertilized it, lined it, and I grew cotton on it. So it's all cotton, right? So the way I'm going to do this Let's Play is this. This cotton harvest is now going to pay back everything I cheated in that 30 million. So that's going to be gone. Right? Yeah, Howie, I am mad, right? Wait for it, I'm not finished, right? I'm going to get to the best part. Like even Tubbs is have to strapping himself down. He was going to fall out of the chair when I say it. So here's how it's going to go. I am now harvesting it. I've got 4 workers, so I've got 4 of every machine I need. So 4 harvesters, 1 truck with 2 trailers that I'm carting the cotton bales back and forth. 4 workers are doing everything else, like fertilizing, spraying, everything else. So when I finished, I'm going to add up all the totals and I'll post them onto the community, all the figures, and because at the moment they're insane. Like what the lime alone, cost me what was it? 110,000.
Yeah,
110,000
like
just
that.
for lime alone. And it's 158,000 litres I used just in lime on this one field. It's fucking absolutely nuts, right? So I have harvested at this very moment on cotton. I've only harvested 160 acres out of my 900 and something acres, and I've got 47 bales of cotton. There's still another 500 something acres to go. 500,000, 500 something acres to go. So there's another I don't know, 200 bales to be taken off it. But right, the let's play I'm doing is nuts because I'm going to add up and see, like how much wages you was used, how much fuel you was used, how much lime, fert, seed, how much your maintenance will cost on your vehicles by the time you start to scratch. So I've only got one crop so far, which is cotton, and it took me 37 hours to get to where I am. Right? But the crazy part of this is I'm doing all the crops. So my next crop is going to be soybeans. I'm going to see how much of a crop you're going to get from one field. Then I'm going to go to canola. Then I'll go to sunflowers. Then I'll keep going down all the way, all the way to potatoes and sugar beets. Yes, I will do 967 acres of sugar beets or potatoes at some stage.
That's going to be a long harvest. Howie said he'd jump on there and help you.
Yeah, I read that there. Howie goes, I'm going to hit the bale limit before I'm going to hit the right. Like if I keep selling the bales, I won't, but I'm not going to. I'm going to see exactly how much bales I get off at first. So I do expect to hit the bale limit because I showed Tubbs farmers a photograph so far, and like I said, I've only done 155 acres, so it's only the headland. Like it's only the headland around the map. I still have all the centre of the map to do. Fucking nuts. And don't ask me how I came up with that let's play. It just popped into my head and like, yeah, let's go for it. Because I'm Irish. We're a little like we're not crazy, but it helps.
Yeah.
How he goes, yeah, right, he'll be there right off. Lovely. Waiting for it. He'll be sitting in the vehicle ready for me to turn on the PlayStation.
Exactly.
But I will say that I presume it could be one thing we could get the community involved in it, I suppose. You know? 5 or 6 people coming on to fertilise, seed, plough, cultivate, harvest.
I'm going to be on vacation that week.
I'm on vacation, that's why I have 4 workers to do it for me. Oh, and that's it, how you said it. Tubbs will be right there. He doesn't know it yet, but yeah, I agree.
Be cheering you on.
Tubbs will be in the lead vehicle.
Leading the way out.
So that's the let's play now I'm doing on my own single player game. It's a crazy thing, but I think it's a great thing to get all facts and figures once and for all, and we see how it goes from there. So if you're interested, if you're going to buy all Welker Farms, say for everybody else knows, whoever's in the chat there, if you're actually going to buy all the Welker Farms, every field that you can turn into one big field, is going to cost you 17 million.
17.
Yeah. To buy all the land.
Am I helping y'all? Yeah. I'll be right there.
So be prepared for photographs on the community. You're going to be shocked. But I will say this: myself and Tubbs looked at that the other day. So I don't know if anyone else who's on the chat actually knows that if you're playing FS19 since it came out, and when Welker Farms came out as well. Welker Farms was a fairly big map in storage system wise. I think it was something like 365 megabytes or something like that. It was high, And then the slot count is high because it's a big field. Well, it's a big map. After not this update, after the update on Welker Farms itself, it went down to 313, I think it was. So it did drop in size. So I was pleasantly surprised when I looked at my slot count because, like I said, I've got 4 Rubicons. I've got 4 by-far tractors with Great Plains seeders. I have 4 Massey Ferguson tractors with Bredal fertilizers. The Big Bud 747, the Big Bud 450, 2 big flexi coil cultivators, 4 case high H cotton harvesters, and the Lizard with 2 bale trailers. So it's a lot of equipment, and the slot count is only 600 and so. So I'm pleasantly surprised by the slot count because I was expecting to be reaching my limit, but no, not yet.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked on your slot count.
Yeah, I'm surprised now, to be honest with you, because like I said, I was expecting to be up in the 900s at this stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, Howie, it's quite a project, exactly. But like I said, I'm going to do it with all the crops. It's not just going to be one crop. So cotton is first because we all know cotton is a great money spinner. So I got that out of the way, and I will leave potatoes and sugar beets to the very last, to the last crops.
Yeah, that would be my suggestion, because you know that's going to be tough.
I'm not going to do sugar cane. I'm not going to do poplars, even though Tubb Farmer was like, "Oh, why don't you do it?"
I did do that.
Howie says he thinks it's all the little stuff that raises slot count. You know, Howie, you could be right there. Oh, I'm getting a rim loaded here. What am I doing? He's not my foot yet, man. Let's go. Alright, so what I'll do is I will do one more run with this. I'll bring this guy back down. I'll let the worker do his job, and then I will go and do my fertilizing on my field or something like that to change the look in the stream. Because there's not as bad as listening to me ramble on and watching me do potatoes at the same time for an hour.
Nah.
So I'm going to let Tubb Farmer ramble on for an hour.
Thank you for joining. Alright, so that is done.
Yeah, we had did you see there's our 2 lovely mods that came out today?
Yes, I wasn't impressed.
I was. Like, but we got a 4 meter now cultivator instead of a 3 meter. So.
Yeah.
That's always good.
Yeah, if you say so.
Tim, stop.
So have you bought your dolly truck yet?
No, I gotta buy my harvester first, so I've got to go do that. That's what I'm fixing to do. I just finished that contract, so I've got enough money to buy the harvester. Yeah, I've got enough. I'm fixing to buy my dually and my usual trailer.
Mr. Tim, how he goes, or we can watch Tubb Farmer fertilize fields for an hour.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, but so like we always says, like the reason why we broadcast the way we do, and we don't jump start and jump cut and time lapse, and unfortunately that's what happens. You get to see us do the whole shebang from start to finish.
Mm.
Uh, if it's a small field, it's over within 5-10 minutes. If it's a big field, unfortunately, it could take 2 or 3 episodes. But it won't, because like what this field will not be finished in this episode. But I will do a lot of this off camera. So
Well, I made $58,000 in 3 fertilized. They're big fields, but 58,000 that quickly made. I mean, that took an hour, but
But I tell you what that I don't like about this potato harvester. I don't know if you noticed that, Cons, even anyone else on the chat there. It's in 17. Have you noticed that the capacity was 20,000, and in this one it's only 9,650 or something?
oh really?
Yeah,
No, I didn't
it's
notice
not even. It's not even 10,000 the capacity, and in 17 it was 20,000.
Yeah. I haven't looked at it, so no, I hadn't noticed.
So I really don't know why they took the capacity down 10,000 liters. Like, what was the meaning of it?
That I'm not sure of. I should have cut across over here. Come on.
Yeah, 9,650 or something. I think is the slot count, something like that. The capacity load on it.
Hmm. Okay. So since you don't mind me owning all this, I can kind of terraform this a little more and build my shed on it.
Well, I won't be using it, and I don't think I need. And if I do need to do something, I can always just ask you to.
Oh yeah.
Well, actually, no, you won't be able to once you put a shed and all on it. So, I don't think I'll need it. Like the fields all won't be in my way and stuff, so I won't be joining fields, anything like that. So, I should be okay. And like I said, I can always use the field at the back of my shed, even though you will own it once you own that outline, as a way stage for bigger equipment also. No, work away. I'm happy enough with you having it.
Okay. Gotta do some more terraforming real quick. Yeah, I could actually put my seed huts in here and take them away from here, so I'm gonna lose a little bit of money, but it'll be alright.
Do it. I love when you spend money.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, we're okay still. No worries.
So what I'll do is I'll drop this guy back onto the field, and I'll hop into my tractor and I will run up and see what needs to be done.
That looks smooth enough. Yeah, that'll work.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. You asked me earlier on what was the name of the map, the Irish map.
Oh yeah,
Shamrock Valley.
Shamrock Valley.
It came out for 17 for PC, but it never came out for console.
Okay.
So So he's doing that one there for console, is Shamrock Valley. Which I can't wait. Speaking of updates, does anybody know what I think it was only for PC, so I don't think we need to worry about it as far as I know. What was this AI memory loss glitch fix?
Yeah, I think that was PC. I don't think we were experiencing any of that.
I don't know. My workers are like what you've seen the problems I'm having with workers on Welcome Farm. And this guy here on this map just does not like it whatsoever. So I don't know, maybe like they could have done something to the workers when they were trying to fix that glitch or anything, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, not that I can think of.
Like, as long as Giants make PC players happy, they don't care about console players.
Yeah.
And never do.
We're
we're like third world people to them.
Third world people.
We don't exist. They're happy to get our money, but they're not happy to make things that keep us happy. Right, so worker, don't let me down. Right. So let me take a run over and see what our field is like and see what we need to do. I do like this tractor. And no, it's not the Fiat 1300, in case you want to know. The only thing I don't like about it, and it's not the super steer, I've got used to that now, so that doesn't bother me anymore. I just wish those wheels were actually the front wheels were brought back slightly.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
But other than that, love the tractor.
I gotta cut down some more trees to have some more room, but I'll be in good shape.
Right, so back into my fields.
Climbing up there is not helping you. Yeah.
Well, I tell you one thing, it stops on a dime.
Here. Come here, Tilly. I'm not playing with you.
Right, so my grass is ready to harvest. That's good.
Hey, Joe's Gaming, what's up, man?
Oh, my corn is ready to harvest and it's fertilized. Okay. Up in my field 21. It's potatoes, but it's only grown. That's alright. Back out of there. I'm doing enough potatoes as it is.
You're gonna do more potatoes?
And apparently I've got a small field of potatoes in field 21. But yeah, no, that's okay.
Not much. Joe's Gaming, just playing a little farm sim, taking it easy.
Right, corn and grass. So I could either use my money to buy a small tractor, or I can cut the grass, make silage bales, use that money then with the money I have go towards a harvester.
I'm fixing to buy a harvester right now. Oop.
That Ford was available there, super steer. Yeah, to be honest with you, but I've got used to it. Okay, the in-game version, of course. But Like when I started using them at first, oh, it was a pain. But now,
Let's see.
right, so what I'll do is I'm going to run out to the shop. Here we go. I don't know why the modder didn't include option. Exactly, yeah, without the superstar. Then again, if you think about it, was the Ford brand a mistake? Or did he deliberately put it in there? I don't know. Well, it's in, so that's all that matters. Right, let's go and check out the shop. Or I should say this little dollar. Oh, that's not. Where's my shop? Where's my shop? Here it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the little.
Harvesters.
I'm gonna go with the Fendt harvester. That 627, 60, yeah,
For
6275.
220,000.
222, yeah, with the wide tires. Yep, that's it.
I was looking at the axle flaw. That
Let's see. Which I think it's 7.6 header. I mean, it's a good one to start with. Yeah, it's 7.6. Yeah, it's gonna have to do.
header.
Oof, getting low. And then I don't know that I'll buy that right now. I'll wait. On that one, next thing we need to buy is a tipper.
I could just for like the TX32. I know it's an old harvester, but it's okay for what I need it for, I suppose, because I've only got field 20. It's not a huge big field. Or I could wait till I finish this contract and my silage bills, and we go from there. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll do my silage bills. And I'll put the money together to get the harvester for my corn. But then again, Tubbs is after getting a harvester, so I could borrow his.
Yeah.
Until we get the farm established, and then we can go from there then. Let's go do some grass mowing.
Yeah, that looks good. I like that. Next, gotta get my dually. I think I'll stay with all that.
It's over here, I think it is.
There we go.
There it is.
Still got enough money to do what I need to do. Oh yeah, that looks good. Alright, let's get you back to the farm.
Oh my god. And then we'll do this then. Okay.
Goddamn chainsaw.
Whoa! Come back here. Insurance claim.
Hello.
My mower just got rear-ended by a car.
I just ran over the side of a car, so don't feel bad.
It's a pity we're not going to get that mod that's coming out for PC. Real damage.
Oh yeah.
There'll be a lot of careful drivers then.
Mm-hmm.
So, you stay there for a second, make sure I'm in off the road. Enough. So I can go and empty this fella. Here. Back into my trailer.
Alright. The hard part, getting this thing back. Oh yeah, this is gonna be hard getting it back without a trailer. How much is a trailer? Yeah, because I'm gonna need it.
Right, so I'll do the first element first, and then I can undo the windrow as I go along when I have a little bit of more of a wider swath to play around with. Yeah,
So
eventually I will turn this grass field into an herb field. But for now, I'll just keep it as a grass field.
nothing wrong with that. Alright, so I'm set up now. The only thing I'm missing is a cultivator, which I can probably buy right now. But I may wait. I may just plow for right now to save some more money up. I got about 75,000 left. And that'll get me through the next crop. I can do a couple more missions, I guess, until my crops are ready. Because I still got to buy a corn header and a cultivator, and then I should be pretty much okay until I get to flowing pretty good. I need to get some sheds though, but I may have to wait a little bit on that. for right now, we're good.
So,
There we go.
like having the big windrower just doesn't make sense at the moment, but instead of buying the small one and then exchanging it for a big one later down the line, I just went ahead and bought the big one.
Okay. Yep, we're set. So I can actually do some harvesting, small harvesting contracts. Because this 7.6 header is not very big. Looks better. Yep. Let's see. Guess that's it right there. Oh yeah. Yep, that's the only grass I know. Alright. Okay. Good enough.
Right, so what's going to happen now is I'm going to have to take this off.
I need to take down about 1, 2, 3, 4 more trees, 5, 6 more trees. Alright, nice little farmyard. I ain't gonna complain. Got what I need. Alright, let's see what contracts we got popping. No, I'm not gonna do plowing. Sorry. No plowing. Oh, I will take that contract. $16,000 I don't have. Let's see, where's field one?
I jump on two.
Right behind me.
Larry.
There.
Go back down and take this guy again.
Alright. Did you finish your potato contract?
No. My worker's still doing it there.
Hmm.
I'm up here doing my grass cutting.
Ah. Just wait until it fills up.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I'm trying to trying to keep jobs fresh rather than just the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, not me. Same thing over and over and again. Just trying to make some quick, easy, big money till I get ready to start harvesting. Which field did you have grass in?
Field 22.
Yeah, what did you make up of it last time?
Silage. 64 bales, I think it was.
Yeah, I thought it was quite a bit. It was more than 50, I knew that. Well, it's not a bad little haul.
No.
Alright.
Up and down the hill, and here we go. Set the marker off to my grass. and I'll run down with this fella.
It's getting close to that time, folks, so I'll get it started. Dakota Game or Joe Gaming, thanks for joining in tonight. Appreciate it. Howie, as always, thank you for coming in and chatting with us. Also, Sander Farms, Dakota, appreciate you all coming in. Thank you for all the likes. Sorry it wasn't a little more exciting, but since we had to restart and kind of get up and going, I was trying to make some fast, which wasn't fast, but fast enough without having to plant and harvest money so that I could finish up and get some of the equipment that we needed. But at any rate, thanks for joining in tonight. Thanks for the chats. Thanks for the likes. And appreciate y'all being here tonight. And with that, y'all have a great night.
Yeah, guys, so I will say my goodbyes there as well. Also, a big shout out to Sam. It's a big shout out to Becky for joining in again. And a big shout out to Howie, as always, another great member on our community. Also, a big shout out to Dakota for jumping over and saying hi in the chats, and also to Dylan, who joined in there earlier on. So big shout out to all you guys. Without you, we wouldn't be doing this. We'd just be doing our own Let's Play. So with that being said, guys, if this is the kind of Let's Play that you like, two guys just playing the game for what it is, with whether it's a contract or whether it's their own harvest or whatever it is that we do from scratch. I know it can be tedious and boring at times, but if this is like the Let's Play you like, because we don't jumpstart, we don't pre-record videos, we don't time-lapse, hit those like buttons. So mine is Chris Larkin and my good friend is Tubb Farmers. Hit those like buttons, smash those subscribe buttons, and also hit that notification bell that will let you know when we're back up running again. And if you're feeling really generous, share our videos, tell your friends about us. We're not professional YouTubers by any means. I don't think we'll ever will be. We just love the game, and because we love the game, we just took it to the next level by just having a broadcast, and that's what we just done. So with that being said, guys, from myself, Chris Larkin, and from him, Tubb Farmer, until tomorrow night for episode 5, which hopefully will get things going like we had before the update came. From myself, Chris, from him, Tubb Farmer, and like we said on this channel, when things go right, it wasn't us, and when things go wrong, it's those bleeding leprechauns. Until tomorrow night for episode 5. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Y'all have a good night.